Warning, the review you are about to watch contains spoilers, obviously, of most likely Season 9, Episode 1 and 2, if you haven't thought about that already. So, if you haven't watched it yet, you should probably go watch it, and then watch the review. Or you could wait until my blind reaction comes out, and then watch it. But, with that being said, you've been warned, don't screw me over in the comments, and let us begin. Hey, Anthropomorphic Nerd here, and today this is my review to My Little Pony Season 9, Episode 1 and 2, so stick around.
Cause if you like it, then you should have put a leash on it. If you liked it, then you should have put a leash on it. Don't be mad once you see that they want it. Cause if you liked it, then you should have...
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say, is mainly this. I'm going to talk, this is my review, think about me, I'm a big, protagonist when it comes to My Little Pony. I really like the show and everything, and eventually my blind reaction to episode 1 and 2 is going to come out, but it's not going to come out for a little while because of copyright and stuff like that, and so I have it posted, but it's going to be a while before it comes out, actually. So what I am going to say is just my review. So let's just get into the review of this. So this review is basically on not only what I think is going to happen in the future episodes, but what I feel, what I liked and disliked about the episode 1 and 2. So I didn't really, to be honest, I didn't really like episode 1 or 2. I liked it, but if I were to rate it out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 7. A 6 or 7. It wasn't one of my favorite. It was kind of prolonged. No, that's the wrong word. It was kind of just, it was just something that it didn't really make a difference if you watched it or not. And no, whatever. It didn't really make a difference if you watched it or not, because in the end, nothing really changed. Nothing changed. Like you defeated some, boom, we're back to where we started. They literally nothing changed in the entire episode. The princesses are retiring. Oh no, they're not. Sing Sama comes back to life. Now he's dead. Oh, that already happened. Who cares? Who gives a shit? That already happened. Who really cares about stuff that's already happened? Nobody cares. It didn't really have any significance whatsoever. So that's why I didn't really like that. But also, the only real change that it had was that all the villains are together, except for Sombra, because, you know, he was a really weird, he was selfish, and he decided, hey, I can do it all by myself. Obviously, he couldn't, because he's not even that strong in general. He's kind of weak. I mean, he probably isn't the weakest out of all of them. I'd have to say, maybe Cozy Glow would probably be the weakest out of all of them physically, but probably not mentally. Because none of her powers comes from physical strength. Like, she doesn't have any physical strength whatsoever. Unless you count flying, but, I mean, most of them can already do that. So, not a big deal. Well, one of them, Chrysalis. So, what's something else that I wanted to say? Yeah, speaking of Cozy Glow, her family. I wanted to talk about that. Because if you think about Cozy Glow, think about if she's, like, an orphan or something. But you wouldn't really know, she was. I say this because I was actually kind of shocked when they let out that Gallus was an orphan. Like, he didn't have any parents or anything. Like, I think I brought up in my reaction, but if Cozy Glow is an orphan, that actually make a lot of sense why she's not really that trusting of her friends, and that's why she cares about friends so much, is to fill the void where she doesn't have a family. Or she treats her friends like her family, and that's something that hits really deep in me, because I mean, I know there's people out there who don't really have a family, and I just feel bad. That's why I'm so sympathetic over villains so much, is because most of them aren't actually truly evil. It's that everybody has a reason for almost everything they do, but sometimes they do things that are different. If you watch Batman or something, you'll think of all of his villains. They all have a reason why they do what they do, or at least most of them do. Like, something bad happened to them. They had that really bad, no good, terrible day that sucked, and boom, you got supervillain or villain of any kind. So let's just ease away from Cozy Glow for a second, because that's actually all I have to say. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was the princesses that were retiring. I didn't really get why they were retiring. They're immortal. They don't really. I don't understand why they would retire over something like they were just bored. Would they ever come back? And I don't understand why Luna was retiring with Celestia, because Celestia is like, I don't know, like 100 years older than her. She's awfully older. She looks older than Luna by an awful lot, but she might not be. I mean, they're both immortal, and that might just be as big as they grow or something. I don't really know, but Luna is a lot younger than Celestia, so I didn't know why they would both be retiring. Why wouldn't Luna and Twilight why wouldn't they sit on the throne and Celestia retire to like the sun or something? Work on that tan. I don't know. But that's really all I really have to talk about Luna. About not just about Luna, but about the princesses retiring. I'll go into it a lot more, and I'll spasm a lot during my reaction, which you'll just want to see. At the end of this video, I'll probably put a link in the description to the reaction once it gets released sometime. I don't really know when, because it's copyright and whatever. So, I also really want, as one of my theories, I want there to be like a cutaway in each episode of the 9th season that cuts away to the villains, the Legion of Doom, and their villainous lair and what they're doing at the same time as what their other people are doing. Also, I had thought of something very specific. I actually thought of two things. I thought, one, that Grogar was actually going to give the villains new powers so that they're more capable of defeating the main 6. Maybe not all together, but on their own, like, because if they have new and more improved powers, like, Chrysalis's magic isn't actually that strong if you think about it. It's actually pretty weak. I mean, it couldn't stand up to Twilight on her own. It couldn't even stand up to an imitation of Twilight, which basically had Chrysalis's magic in Twilight's body. So I don't understand how that's even possible. But if you can't stand up to yourself, I guess that's why she needs the army. Which brings me to a good point about her army. Chrysalis really wants her army back. That's all she really cares about, is the army. I was wondering if you date back all the way to the one where Starlight's trying to do something, make a friend with Mudbriar, I think, or with somebody else in one of the season 8 episodes, that she was walking into the mirror pool, and she uncovered the barrier. We do not know if she put it back over. So I was wondering if Chrysalis could somehow make her way to the mirror pool, learn what to say, and then she could just make copies of herself. And then she'd have her own army. An army like Pinkie Pie did. An army of Pinkie Pies, but instead an army of Queen Chrysalis's. Chrysali. And with that, she could eventually rule the world. But that would be cool. Like a mid-season finale. Like mid-season, that actually happens. That'd be awesome. But then she'd probably get defeated by her clones rising up against her, which most likely would happen. Like if you take into effect everything else that might happen, that's the most likely course that it would follow if something like that actually did happen. Which I'd be so happy for, because that's the only actual thing I've been able to date back. And to be honest, I don't normally do reviews that much. I've never really done one before, so this might not even be a review. This might be terrible, and I don't even know about it. But I only have one last thing to talk about, and that is the Student 6 in season 8. I want them to show up. I know they didn't show up in the first. They didn't show up in season 9. First episode, part 1 and 2. That I didn't like. I didn't like that. But they probably didn't do that because they already did that in season 8, which is understandable. And they did have the summer break, which could be a reason why they weren't in school. Nobody was in school. It was just Starlight and Twilight. Which actually, that's understandable, but I still didn't like that they didn't have an effect. They stopped Cozy Glow with the magic of friendship, and I kind of expected them to have a part in stopping other people with the magic of friendship. I still feel like Starlight should be the one to reform Chrysalis, but maybe the Student 6 have the power to reform Tirek? Cozy Glow? Someone? It's also I don't even understand how they can anymore. Didn't Sombra destroy the crystal tree? Didn't he destroy the tree? So what? He destroyed the tree. How is the castle still standing? Because that tree was basically what held it in place. How is anything still working exactly with the tree gone? There's no elements of harmony. Well, there are, but they rest inside the ponies, the main 6. So how are you gonna get them back? I mean, they got destroyed, but like in season 1, episode 2, Nightmare Moon destroyed them too, and what? And they were able to reform them like that. Like what? Why couldn't they have done that again? Instead, they just sat there and cried. They sat there and cried. Yeah, that's another reason why I downgraded the episode. You know, to think about it, I might have actually rated it a 6 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10. Because not only this thing, Sombra did the most cliche-est villain thing I've ever seen. Which is leave the ponies to... just leave them there. He didn't hypnotize them when he could, and he could have wrote Equestria if he had hypnotized them. But, like Gogar said, he gambled and he lost. Obviously, because he didn't do the one thing that would guarantee him success. Instead, he did nothing. He just walked away like a moron. Like a complete moron. What? Who would do that? I mean, Mlp's basically a villain, and I wouldn't do that and be like, screw that, I'm hypnotizing you. So, but My Little Pony always needs that loophole to make sure that the heroes win in the end, because friendship is magic. Boom. Problem solved. Now, so in the end, I guess I didn't really like that episode, but it was okay to me. That's my review on it. I can't wait to watch episode 3, which has come out already, and I have to react to that and get it out. Plus, as I said in this video, sorry that my reactions are coming kind of slow. I spent most of all my time, I had so many things to do over the week, and I spent so much of my time just making that one reaction to episode 1 and 2. Also, I was kind of waiting to do the short of what the WTF 101, I almost said it, because I wanted to reach 1,000 views on it, which was pretty awesome that I did. So, I mean, that's cool. But I guess with that being said, sorry I sniffled a little through this, I had a little bit of cold. But with that being said, I guess that's all I have to say. And if you liked it, leave a like, subscribe if you want to hear more, but I don't really do reviews that much. And check out my channel down below. Okay, bye, see you next time.